All right, welcome everybody back to the Real Talk podcast. This is episode number 3, and let's get the ball rolling here. Right off the bat, with me tonight, I have the lovely Ben, aka Katy Perry. Say what up.
How's it going? How's it going, man?
With us again, we have Justin, back for a second round, back for more. Call him the
What's going on?
linebacker. He's back in line.
Oh, Chipadelphia, baby.
Oh,
Chipadelphia.
yeah, all right, settle down. We'll get to that. And then we have Frank back with us once again, gracing us with his presence.
Up.
And then we also have with us Al. I want to wish him a belated happy birthday. So, belated happy birthday to Al.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And let's get things cracking here, man. Because we're doing a little pre-gaming here. And listen, how's everybody been? Anything new? What's been up with you, Ben? Anything new over the last week?
Aside from last week, I'm still in training for my internship. It's been going on now for about 2 weeks. Coming up on my last week for that. It's pretty nice merging into being almost a full-time employee there. So, I mean, not getting paid, obviously, being an intern, but it's a nice change from being in a classroom.
And driving a fucking car all day, right, too?
Yeah, I only got to work 2 days a week instead of 5.
Feel you, dude. Frank, what you been up to, dude, last week and shit?
Not much, man. Just going to school, playing Minecraft, man. That's about it.
You got your own personal server now, right? You were saying?
Well, I fucked around. I tried to make my own, but it's really weird because you have to do like stuff with your router and stuff to do it legit. It's already programming. Just the server.
You're chopping off there. Might want to take a look at your mic and stuff. Al, what you been up to, dude?
Not much, same as always. Just being an alcoholic. It's really bad when you run out of Coke, and as a mixer, and the only thing you have in your house other than milk, which by the way I didn't mix alcohol with,
is
prune
terrible
juice.
Mixer. Terrible mixer.
is
terrible.
Prune juice
is like that Lipton
Iced tea.
powdered iced tea shit.
Oh my god.
So last night on my birthday by myself, because that's how awesome I am, I didn't have anything to drink with my rum. So I made some iced tea. And I got drunk.
Nice too. That sounds delicious.
Captain and Coke right here, my friend. Captain and Coke right
It
here.
is horrible.
Juice, son. Juice.
All right, all right.
Juice, he says.
And spotlighted tonight. I'm not going to put him on the spotlight here, but we got Justin here. Justin, what has been bothering you, bro? Open up to us.
What has
Give
been
us-
bothering you?
Yeah,
I
you were pretty vocal. Vent out, brother. We want to help you. We are here
Vent
to help.
out? What do you want me to vent out about, dude? I've been sick all week. Tonight's what, Thursday? 1/17/13. It's the first night I've been out since Sunday. Fuck, dude. I'm a little drunk right now. Excuse me.
We can tell, but Justin, hold on, wait. There's been something else bothering you, though, hasn't there?
Female problems? Is that what you're indicating at?
I think
mean,
that's what he's talking about.
I think that what I might be hinting at, brother.
Hinting at? Is this a specific female that I may have met at the beginning of October?
Let's bring us back to the beginning here. What's exactly going on?
Bring us back.
Give us the truncated version, but with enough details to make it, I guess a salacious some sort.
Well, you're gonna have to excuse me because, like I said, I'm moderately inebriated right now. I mean, what do you want to know exactly? Where should I start? From the beginning?
Well, start to when
It's usually a good spot.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
usually- that's
give
usually a
the
good spot, he
listeners
says.
a starting point, so to speak.
Oh, all right. Well, what's today? The end of January. I met this girl at the beginning of October.
Oh, did we lose him?
Yep.
Oh, great. Hold on, we got
We might as well
technical
just re-record
difficulties
this
here.
motherfucker.
That's a true statement.
Yeah,
I
hold on.
agree.
Really, you got me back.
Yeah, we got you back. Here we go. All right, dude, go ahead.
Dude,
Just
this
pick up
might
where you
get-
left
this-
off.
This might get- where did I leave off? I don't even remember, man.
Just start from the beginning, and it's fine. No, it's all good.
Just
fuck redo.
start over.
We'll cut it out in post.
Yeah.
Cut out and post. All right.
All right.
I met this girl at the beginning of October. Essentially, it was Oktoberfest. You all know what Oktoberfest is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
All right. I'm nearly 100% German. I go to Oktoberfest. It's a big 5-day festival. I had 5 days to ask this girl out because, I mean, essentially it was like, saw this girl on the first day. It was like, oh my God, I want to know this girl. So on the last possible day, I went for it. I asked her out. I said, hey, we started talking. After about an hour of talking, it was like, you want to grab a drink sometime? Sure, let's grab a drink sometime. I got her number. We went out. We had a drink. It was a great time. I considered it a date. I mean, wouldn't you guys have, right? I mean,
It depends, but okay.
well, all right,
Well,
all
yeah,
right.
sure, but I mean,
Right. I mean, you
Pretty much,
Yes.
take a chick out to get some drinks. I mean, I think that's already automatically assumed.
right. I mean, it's assumed. I dressed up nice. I smelled good. I looked good.
You have that
She
Eric
looked,
Northman True Blood cologne.
Damn
What's that?
fucking right, man. I got it right here. I'm not even shitting you. As we speak, I've got this shit in my right hand right now looking at it.
Just don't drink it. But continue with the story.
I won't drink it, but it smells so fucking good. Anyway, she looked good. She looked awesome.
Now I've seen this chick. She's a good-looking chick. I'm gonna vouch. But okay, continue.
Yeah.
+1.
+1, if you will. I mean,
She's HQ. Let's just say that.
Okay, blue box.
High quality, he says. Blue box. Now, don't upset me. She's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. That's my phone going off. I don't know if you heard that. In my eyes, she's gorgeous. I mean, it's not blue box. It's not HQ. It's not any of that shit.
She's very X.
Hearing hearing that shit from anybody, but like hearing it in my brain just pisses me off. You know what I mean? And it's not you guys. It's not that. Don't get me wrong. I'm protective. I mean, I'm invested so hard at this point. I mean, just going back to where we were.
But okay.
We're the middle of October. We've had our first date. Maybe 10 days later, I'm like, look, let's hang out again. Let's go out. Let's go bowling. Let's go bowling. The bowling alley has a bar. When we're done bowling, we'll go to the bar. We'll hang out. Whatever. All right. We go bowling. It's a great time. We go to the bar. Great time. Now, my city in Pennsylvania is Mount Penn, Pennsylvania. And if you Google Mount Penn, Pennsylvania, you will find out that it is literally half a mile from Reading, Pennsylvania, which is famous for its pagoda. We're literally surrounded by mountains, and literally on the top of the highest mountain is a pagoda, a Chinese pagoda. I shit you not. Google it. At the end of our little date at the bar, I'm like, well, have you ever been up at the pagoda? Because as I was giving you all a little backstory before we went on the air tonight, she had only moved to this area after she had graduated college, which would have been this past summer. So,
all right, let's get the wheel moving here. Let's go. Come on, let's get to the juicy details.
All right. We're up to the pagoda. We've known each other for 3 weeks at this. We're kind of laying it all out there. I'm laying myself out on the line because she had pretty much laid herself out on the line. She had told me some things that I don't really want to go over with you guys. Wilson, you know them, obviously. Some things. Like I said, Wilson knows them. Alvin Frank might know them. I don't remember if I've said or not. At this point, I would rather you guys not say them on the air. Just that's some shit that's personal. At that point, it was, she didn't want to stay in this area. I felt that I needed to jump the gun. So I laid myself out there. It was, look, I like you. I'd like to see where this goes, etc., etc.
This is after how long, though?
After
you dropped
maybe
that ball?
3 weeks, tops.
Well, I think that's a nice timeline, but okay, keep going.
3 months. You
Three,
said 3 months.
3 weeks is pretty solid. It's a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah.
Get to know
3
somebody.
weeks tops.
Nowadays.
3 weeks tops. Second date, it was like, if we're gonna have a third
Second
date,
date, okay.
it's second date. It was like, if we're gonna have a third date, this is how it needs to be. You know what I mean? You need to know that I like you. You need to know that I'm obviously interested. I obviously want to see where this goes, and that's more or less what it was. It wasn't a I want to be with you right now kind of deal. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
It was I want to see where this is going. I appreciate you for you. I like you. Let's see what the fuck happens. And it was let's be friends. She didn't rule anything out, so we were friends. And that's where we were up until about Christmas time, which was what, 4 weeks ago?
Just about.
Yep.
Damn,
This is
rough
where
to
I got
recite.
involved, I think, even more.
This is where Wilson got involved even more, because it got to the point where we had been friends, and I'm going to put quotes around the word friends.
Because you've been there more than once for.
Right. And you know, in my mind, I didn't want to be without this girl. You know, I would rather be friends than nothing at all, even if it hurt me. Whew, I'm a little sick right now and a little drunk. So a little sick, little drunk makes for a little, like, you know, quick heartbeat. So bear with me. So I mean, I got my inhaler right here, bro. No worries. It got to the point where it was, you know, it may have. When was Christmas? A Tuesday? It may have been the day after Christmas. We hung out. It was a Wednesday, because Wednesdays we always hung out because that was motherfucking Top Chef night. And it got to the point where I wasn't going to say nothing. I was just going to keep doing what we were doing, you know, and if it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. But, you know, we were drinking wine, we were hanging out, we were watching TV, and it just got to the point where it was
Quick
like,
question
look,
for you. Is
go
that
for
the
it.
painting night?
That is the painting night, my friend.
Okay, all right, go
I
ahead.
sent you that text. That was the night you talked to her. That
Yep.
was the night. And it just got to the point where it was like, look, you know, we've known each other for 100 days, tops. And, you know, from the day I met you, you know, I knew I was interested. And I've got to be 100% honest with you, because this is driving me insane. Keep in mind, I would rather be friends with you than nothing. But I am totally in love with you. And I can't help that. And, you know, I don't remember what I said. It was a month ago. I don't remember how I worded it. But at the time, it was so awesome in my mind that it was like, how could she say no?
You were
You know
feeling
what I
good. I remember that. You were feeling
I-
good about it.
Because I was texting you, man, and you may still have the text messages, you may not. But you remember how confident I was and
You
how
were.
into it I was. And it was now or fucking never. And I went for it, and I got in her face, and it wasn't a bad in your face. It was a hand on cheek, her head in my shoulder, her arm around my waist, and it was like, this is how it is.
Man.
This is how it has to be. And
I think you've watched too many Twilight movies. I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'm messing
I'm
with you.
with
Go
you on
ahead.
this, man. I feel it.
Don't fuck with me right now, bro. Don't fuck with
Come
me.
on,
I swear
dude, let's
to
go.
God.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
You hit the nail on the head.
God.
And
Let's
and,
keep going.
and I don't remember, because we were both drunk, and maybe, but I know for a fact, you know, her head was in my shoulder, her arm was around me. We were there. I had you know, my hand on her cheek. I could have kissed her if I wanted to. I could have, and I didn't, because I had the total respect factor. I had that, you know, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not. I'm the kind of guy that, you know, respects, you know, the person's wishes in the sense that, you know, if you don't want this, you don't want this. You know, but I could have gone for it, and I didn't, and then I wish I fucking had. And
Fast forward to a few days later. What happened after that?
I don't remember what happened.
Well, in the following days, I decided to do, well, I was asked to do some sleuthing. So I did some sleuthing.
You were not asked to do some
I
sleuthing.
was asked to do some sleuthing.
You were
I
not.
have the
Don't.
text
No.
as proof.
No. I may have asked you to do some sleuthing, but you were asked to do some sleuthing. Go ahead.
All right. I did some sleuthing, right? And, you know, real gumshoe type stuff. So,
Real
Not like. But no. Don't get me wrong. Like, I didn't
Going
want.
Sherlock here, huh?
No. Don't get me wrong. I never asked for this to be like this. It just got
Sure.
to the point where, like, Wilson said, like, I don't want to be involved, and it got to the point where it was like, look, I don't want you to be involved, but it's to the point where I kind of need you to nudge this, if you will. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I'm going to take over here for a second. And pretty much what I've been telling the whole time is it really worth it? Is it really worth the heartache? Is it really worth the pain?
And you know what? I'll tell you, in my mind, to this very second, 11:34 p.m., 1/17/2013, Yes,
I
it
feel you.
is.
However, I feel like it's definitely affected your mood, dude. I mean, solid a chick as she may be, and you want her in your life, I still think that because of the feelings that you have for her, and I don't know, I just don't think it's a good idea because they're not going to be reciprocated. But that's
You know
my
what?
stand
That's
on it. And if you don't mind, I want to get their take on it too because I mean, let's call it's guy talk. Fuck
all
it,
right.
YOLO.
All right.
Who
Yo,
You
wants
only
to
like
who
you
wants
only
to weigh
you.
in here? You guys get the
I'll go.
basic idea here, Al.
I'll go.
Why don't you? You've been kind of quiet. Let's hear what you
Well,
got to say.
I was kind of talking to him before we started doing today, and we were getting in on it, and trying to figure out, and I was about to give him my side of the advice before we actually started recording. So I'll give him my side of the advice now that we're on the air. So this is where I stand. I personally said, like he wanted to quote Bill Burr earlier, of putting on the bomb suit and walking away.
True that. Hurt Locker.
And-
shit.
I did. I listened to that shit this morning, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And I have to say, I agree 100%. Now, you mentioned, and I'm not going to go into detail because I'll respect your wishes, but you mentioned she has issues, and a lot of those issues are things that you can't change as a person. It's just not going to happen. You, Justin, or Ben, or any other guy is not going to be able to change.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to have to do that on her own. So, with that, you take your bomb suit.
and
you
I mean
strap
to-
that, listen, you take that bomb suit.
I'm
you
gonna mute
strap
him.
that
Hold on.
bitch
Just
on.
kidding.
You strap that bitch on. However, you leave the option of saying, "Hey, if you ever need me, I'll be here," and that is it.
Which
And
I've
you
done.
walk away.
Real quick,
I've
Justin. Real
done.
quick.
Yep.
That if you
Then you
watch
do so.
Seinfeld, there's the episode. I don't know if you remember, Al, but when that couple gets divorced, you say, "I'll be there for you," whatever there is.
You know what, motherfuckers? I
I'll
never
be
watched
there.
Seinfeld. I never watched Seinfeld, so use another
Oh.
fucking analogy.
I just lost so much respect
How about
for you.
how about this? Just do it. That's it.
I've done it.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I
and
have.
you've said you've gone
Yes,
back
I-
several
no, no, no,
times.
no.
You
You keep
need
going
to
back,
walk
bro.
away.
You know, I keep going back. I keep going back. You're right. But I've said that whole thing, I'm here. I'm here if you need me. And
So let her come to you. Don't go to her.
Yeah, here's the problem, though, Justin.
That's
I
what,
think is like,
that's what I would say.
yeah, like I mean, you say like you're there for her, but like you don't let her come to you. Like I feel like you get impatient waiting.
I do. I do.
And it's- like I
get
said, it's gonna be
100%
hard, bro.
totally impatient.
You do. It's hard, but shit, bro. I mean, what else can you do at this point? Remember, she said at that point that if it gets any crazier, she doesn't even want to be friends with you. So it's like you got to make the choice. Do you want to be that guy? That's gonna keep
I don't.
insisting, and then
I
you
don't.
lose
I
her
don't.
forever,
I
or
don't.
you're gonna suffer a little bit and be patient, or just take my advice, YOLO that shit, dust yourself off, move on. But that's just me.
Yep.
Yo.
And you
That's
know
what I'm
what?
saying, dude,
And I,
if
and, I,
she's-
and I swear to you all right now, you're some of my best friends, all of you. And in the last, all right, in the last 17 days, what is it, January 17th? In the last 17 days, I've never felt better about the whole friendship thing. I've never been able to sit here alone in my house and just be calm about it and not think about it. But then every couple of days, there's that stray thought that hits me, or whatever. And I think I've been really good about not thinking about it, not dealing with it, not wanting to text her, not hearing my phone go off and wish it was her or whatever. You know what I mean? But
It's not about suffocating your feelings, brother. It's about legitimately walking away from the situation and letting it be.
and you know what? At this
Surrounding
point,
yourself with different things than what you've been surrounding
all right,
yourself with
all right,
before.
all right. That's fine. And I've had 3 weeks, maybe 4, to do that, and I think I'm halfway there. You know what I mean? I'm halfway to walking away from it, but I've still got that pull to, want to just keep going back. And there's something
but that's-
so strong inside of me that just wants me to be
The
like,
more you try to make something happen that's not happening, the more it's just gonna push her away, dude. If she says she friend zone you, then you're friend zone, dude, and then just act,
Yep.
just friend zone,
Yep.
just say okay, fuck it, and then you just stop. So the last thing she'll remember is how fun
that's-
you were, whatever, and not
and
the last thing
that's-
she remembers is how much this
that's-
dude nagged me about how he liked me. You know what I mean?
that's the way
True
I
words right there.
And you know what? That's the way I've been for at least the last 3 weeks. Honest to God, but it just.
It don't sound like it, brother.
No. I swear to you. I swear
You're
to
like
you.
drunk
I
and
haven't.
shit, fucking. Oh, this girl.
I haven't. And maybe I'm like that with you guys. And maybe I am. And, maybe when I text Wilson in the middle of the fucking night, just because I had a dream or whatever, or I text Ben
Waking me up at 3 in the morning. Beautiful.
because I've got
Christ.
nothing better to do but watch the motherfucking A-Team on FX.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun,
such a good
dun.
movie, bro. I watched that last night. Such a good movie. Bradley Cooper, Philly boy.
The new one?
Yes, dude.
I haven't seen it.
I
Well,
digress.
I personally would like to see what our listeners have to say about this whole situation.
I'm gonna try to get some comments. I'm gonna try to do like a listener
all right.
question poll, but poll.
Anyway,
What am I saying? Poll. Shit.
anyway. Hey, I'm trying to take back over here. I'm trying to take this segment back over.
Go do it, damn it.
Y'all shut the fuck up right now. I swear to you, no matter how many times I text you guys and ask you for advice, I mean, it's a weak moment, and I hate to admit it, because I'm a man, and nobody wants to admit that they cry or they, sit up at night thinking about stupid shit that doesn't matter, or maybe it does, but you still think about it. Nobody wants to admit that. So maybe I have a weak moment every now and then, and I text you guys or I call you guys, but it's not my overall perspective on the situation, if you will. When I text you, Sin, 2 weeks ago or whatever, and it was the same bullshit, and I know it's the same bullshit, and you tell me I'm done, I don't want to hear about it anymore.
I didn't mean it like that, damn it.
No,
I mean,
I know you didn't mean it like that, but that's that's the way I hear it, and that's the way I need to hear it. You know what I mean?
because I mean, it's like I said, bro. I mean, at
It's
some
the same.
point,
No. Don't
shit
talk,
her off
man.
the toilet,
Don't
bro.
Don't talk. I know.
I'm gonna mute
I
this
get it.
motherfucker. I'm
I
gonna mute
talk.
this dude.
I
I imagine
get
him
it.
putting his fingers to your lips.
Don't talk.
Just.
Two fingers on the lips, man. Jedi mind powers, man. Jedi mind powers. Don't talk right
You're gonna
now.
give me that really gay Edward Cullen look and
Yeah.
say,
Oh, you know it, man.
Yeah, just shush.
I'm Edward Cullen. I love you. Just don't talk right now.
caress my hair and tell me it'll be okay.
Gonna be okay.
All right,
You know-
Shades of
moving
Friendzone.
on.
All right, moving. I never read 50 Shades of Grey. I never will. Don't get me on that all, man.
Shades of Friendzone, man. That's that new shit.
No, women don't like porn, but they'll read the shit out of it, right?
I mean,
But that's just me.
like I was saying.
Oh, it is just softcore porn, bro.
It is that 50 Shades of Grey, man. I read those blurbs. I will not read those books. I don't know. I mean, that's the way it came off to me, and that's fine. That's what I need to hear. That's why I haven't talked to you about it until tonight. It's been since what, New Year's? A couple days after New Year's? Since you've heard anything about this girl.
It's just that I feel like
I mean, essentially the only thing you heard about this girl was, when you text me that podcast Sunday night at 4 a.m. while I was sick out of my mind sleeping, and I was like, "Oh, I hung out with her tonight. It was good. Leave me alone. I'm sleeping. I'm sick." I mean, that was it. That's the first thing you heard in at least 14 days, at least.
Yeah. No, true.
I mean, as much as I come off as I'm not over it and I'm not moving on very slowly, you gotta understand that I am, and it's very hard for me because I'm still clinging. I'm still holding on. I want to be friends with the girl because I've still got hope that there's something there. I'll never be fully convinced that there's absolutely 100% zero feelings on her end.
I think, but here's what I think you're being a little bit, you're in denial. I think, yeah, I think it is possible. I mean, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings here, but I definitely think it is possible. I mean, not everybody's gonna like you that you're gonna meet. I mean, you're gonna be disappointed in life.
Well, that's fine.
You're gonna have your heart broken, and I think this is just one of those instances. I mean,
Why
she seems
keep
like
me
a
around,
cool
then?
chick.
Why keep me around?
Because it's like the Bill Burr skit said. She's one of those chicks.
No, she's
I don't
not,
normally
dude.
feel like
She's not. She's not. I'm telling you.
I don't
I
know.
got a question.
You don't know her. You live 4,000 fucking miles away.
Okay, regardless.
All right. I'm muting you for a second. Hold up.
I got a question, and I'm not trying to be a jerk. This is legitimately where I'm coming from. Have you even slept with her yet? You went 4 months.
No.
You went 4 months.
No.
And you haven't
And
even
you know
touched
what?
her on the
And
mouth.
you know what?
Feelings could be even worse.
You know.
That could be
haven't
worse.
slept
You
with-
know.
How can you?
I'm
No, okay,
not
listen.
gonna.
How can you say you
no,
fucked her? You haven't
no.
even fucked her yet.
No, don't even go there.
Right?
Don't go there,
Straight
Frank.
up.
And Al, I'm gonna
No,
go
that's
with
a
you right.
dead-ass serious
No,
question.
shut the fuck up! I swear to God, dude. Right now, Al, don't go there because you know the situation. You know there's issues in
Well, then
that.
move on. You don't need to be involved in those issues.
True that, bro. They're not your issues, and that sounds selfish, but they're not your
They're
issues.
not my issues.
Sorry, I mean, hey, we asked before if you gave us the consent that it was
I don't.
cool to
I
talk
don't.
about
No,
this.
I have
We're just
no
trying to
problem
give you a
talking
reality
about this.
check here,
I have
Brad. This is real talk.
No, this is real talk. I have no problem talking about this. I have no problem talking about this. But you know that in
Yes,
that
I understand
sense,
that there's
I
an
have no
issue.
problem. I have no problem. I have no problem pursuing this friendship, this relationship, what have you. But it's getting to the point where it's too much, and I don't want to back off. But
You have to. You have to, and or you're going to lose her. End of story.
But like I said, in the last 3 weeks, I've been cool, and I think, sure, I can go maybe 3 days without texting her, and I'll text her, and she'll text me back, and we'll have like a miniature conversation. But then in the back of my mind, it'll be like, well, how much longer could I have gone before she would have texted me? You know what I mean? The longest
Yeah.
I've gone without
Well-
the longest I've gone without texting this girl is a week, and in a week's time, she texted me, and we talked, and she asked me to hang out, and we hung out, and it was good, and it was
And
grand,
that's how it
and
has
it
to
was
be.
all this. But I can't do that all the fucking time. I can't
Yeah.
play. I am not a
Nope.
fucking
No one's
game
saying
player.
that. No one's
not,
saying that.
I'm not fucking Ryan Gosling who's gonna sit here and be like, I'm fucking hot shit. I've got this girl, and this girl. But because I'm interested in you, I can sit here and play this game with you because I've got this girl, sitting on the back. I don't got that shit, and I don't want that shit. I don't want to be that
But that's
guy.
not what I'm implying. What I'm implying is you need to stop.
We're muting
End of
Justin for a
story.
second. You're going to listen to some advice, damn it. Hold up.
Like, you just have to stop. Just period.
Yeah. This
like,
is
you,
getting out of hand, dude.
like, okay, no one's saying that you need to have 3 girls on the back burner to walk away from the girl. No one's saying that you to have your feelings fucked with because she's only going to come to you when it's convenient for her, and no one's telling you to wait around for her. However, we are saying to tell her and give her and allude to that maybe that might be the case, but everybody knows in reality that you're going to move on, and she knows it too. So all you can do is like I keep reiterating what Bill Burr said: is strap the fucking bomb suit on,
Strap
tell
that motherfucking bomb suit on
and
walk,
walk
the
away.
fuck away.
Yep.
Listen, either way, if you want to be with her or if you don't want to be with her, the best thing you can do in
I
both
do.
situations is to just leave it alone.
Yeah, let shit come to you, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
at
just
this
leave
point.
it alone, dude. Regardless of whether you want to be with her or not, the best thing you can do is just leave it where it stands, dude.
And you
not-
know what?
And
that's-
remember, dude,
and-
remember
and-
this. The best revenge, dude, is bettering yourself. I mean, you go out there, you start getting some strange ass. She'll see that. She might come running back.
No.
Just saying.
I mean, like I
It
said,
works.
I'm comfortable enough
That's strange.
that I'm able to walk away, but I still have those moments. It only takes one. It only takes a 6-second moment that you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna text her, and you do it, and then you start a little miniature conversation, and then all of a sudden it abruptly ends, and you're like, well, why isn't she texting me back? And then your fucking head gets rolling, and
Because you're not a priority.
You're right. I'm not a fucking priority.
But you can't
And
look at
that's-
yourself like that, though. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're not.
I'm
Yeah.
saying and from
That's
her
one
perspective,
girl.
you're not a
Yeah.
priority, and you can't all right, maybe you can, but I can't love a woman who doesn't make me a priority.
True that.
You're right. I sit here and I think about this girl 3-4 times a day. Does she think about me once? Maybe. Probably not.
When you text her.
That's it. I mean, yeah, we're not trying to clown you here, bro. It's just, I mean,
Yeah,
it's just,
seriously, no, it's just tough. It's just tough love, man. You gotta hear it.
sometimes you gotta be like, yo, shit or get off the fucking toilet, and that's just real, man. I mean, and it's not being mean or anything like that. You've done what you can. I mean, you did your part. You know, the rest. I mean, the rest is on her.
Biggest turn off of me, and I'm married. Everybody knows this, so I don't gotta deal with this bullshit anymore. Thank God. But the biggest turn off for me is just a girl not being into me. If a girl's not into me, then I'm immediately not into her anymore.
Don't need to waste your time.
Yeah, exactly. Why am I wasting my time? If she's not into me, then it's just immediately I'm done. What?
And sometimes if you're still into the girl and you decide not to be into her because you feel she's not into you, sometimes that almost turns them on to you at the same time when you're even being yourself.
That's why the best thing to do is just walk the fuck away.
I've been trying so
The only
hard
thing that
to
nagging
walk
them
away.
will do is push them further away. That's the only thing that's going to do. Nobody wants to be with somebody who's constantly nagging them.
And I swear to God, at least in the last 2 weeks, I haven't been nagging. But it's
Good.
just
You're making progress.
Yeah.
little by little, yeah. But it just.
You'll get there, dude. I mean, you'll be
I
alright.
haven't had a cigarette in 2 weeks.
It's so rough. Like,
congratulations.
When I sit there and I hang out with her 4 days ago, it's awesome. It's great. It was the first. I'll go out on a limb right here and I'll say it was the first time since I told her that, since I told her everything, if you will, that we actually hung out as friends, though in the entire time that we hung out. And it was legit, and it was good, and it felt good, and it was fine. Dropped her off, it was fine. Went home, it was fine. The next day, it was fine, etc., etc., etc. It was fine. But how many times can I fucking do that?
I think it's your brain playing tricks on you too, though. Like, I really do. I honestly believe it. And I'm going to quote Carl Sagan here real quick. The brain does more than just recollect. It intercompares, synthesizes, analyzes, and generates abstractions. And I think that's what could be what's happening with you. That's what I think. Carl Sagan.
Elaborate a little, if you will.
You're seeing shit that's not there.
Yes, it's the ultimate. I told you, dude. It's the ultimate fucking simulation software, dude. I mean, like, it sucks, and you don't want to hear that, but shit, bro, that's the way it is, man.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, I think we brushed on that.
Quite a bit.
I think we took an axe to it.
Yeah,
we took one of them grill scrubbers to it, the fucking wire brushes.
Really quick. I need to. I don't know if something has been it's been bothering me. I got a new tattoo, and I work, as you know, for FedEx. I deal with idiots on a regular basis, and something the other day for some reason really pissed me off. Some lady, I'm helping her out. She's like, "Oh, nice tattoo." And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, why didn't you get an I Love FedEx tattoo?" And I'm sure she was just making a joke, but for some reason that really fucking pissed me off for some. I'm like, why the fuck would I get an I Love FedEx tattoo?
Did you tell her that?
And I told her, I'm like, I asked her, like, why would I get that? And she like just chuckled and left. And I'm like, are people just that stupid? I mean, yeah.
So that's when you take the deep breath.
It's like, I'm like,
and say next.
Stupid customers piss me off, dude. And that just boggled my mind. I'm like, for some reason, it really pissed me off. I'm like, is this lady serious? I think she was. I don't know. Just wanted to touch on that.
Maybe she intends on ruining people's days, as well as mailing packages.
Yeah, I mean, really, lady? I love fucking FedEx. Why the fuck would I tattoo that on myself? I don't own the fucking company. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, but they might own you.
Yeah, right. I'm nobody's nigga. Holla back.
All right.
But yeah, and another thing I want to touch on today that's been really bothering me. Like I said, I've been listening to a lot of Bill Burr recently. After a friend of mine showed me this video of him and John Lennon and Chuck Berry performing, and he's going off on Yoko Ono about how Yoko Ono is a fucking bitch, which is probably one of the funniest videos I have ever seen. I'll post it here later so you guys can take a look at it. But and it just made me think too, like, and he goes off on a couple, today's songs, like that Carrie Underwood song, "Oh, Before He Cheats," and or whatever, and that Jason Mraz song, "I'm Yours," or whatever. It's just like I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, I wasn't born in the '60s or '70s or anything like that, but I mean, I listened to a lot of the old school bands, and I guess I have a lot of rough comparisons to today's music. It just sucks sometimes. Or is that just me?
No,
No,
it definitely sucks.
it's not you.
It's definitely terrible.
Definitely a downhill slope compared to Beethoven and
Oh, hold on, but
the
hold
old
on.
school's breath.
Let's not go that old school. I mean, like,
Oh, I'm
come
going there,
on,
man.
you gotta appreciate that shit.
I mean, that stuff is
I'm going
okay,
there.
but I mean, like, as far
Me
as
and
like,
Ben know, because me and Ben were, we were in the band and shit.
Dude, it might have been
together.
a downhill, then an uphill when Zeppelin came, and then now it's down on the downslope.
I mean, I hear all these songs on radio, and it's horrible auto tuning. It's like these really unimaginative songs with really simple fucking lyrics and shit like that. It's just what the hell has happened?
They're
Different
They're really
generation,
written
I
by
guess.
the same group of people, like most of these people don't write their own songs. Like one person writes the songs and then dishes them out to all these different
Pretty
artists.
much. And they don't even make the beat. They just write the song.
Yeah, it's really just been commercialized,
Mm-hmm.
the whole industry.
Well, I mean, I can relate it to this, and it's not even just commercialized. Again, I don't like to keep talking about my experiences in the Navy. However, I did just watch the movie Zero Dark 30. By the way,
Which was
excellent
great.
movie.
It is excellent. It is
Everybody
better.
should go watch it.
Yes, go watch
I
it.
think anyway, and our society as Americans, as we should, we proliferate the
In
proficiency of our Navy SEALs. Now, I'm not saying that they're not good at doing their job. So before anybody ever comes in here and starts saying I'm bad-mouthing the Navy SEALs, I'm not. However, there is a however. Their shooting scores after they've actually become SEALs go down because they no longer have the gadgets, right? Because when you actually shoot a rifle for qualifications in the military, you're not allowed to use anything. So because they're so used to using their red dot scopes or their reflex scopes or, their ACOGs or whatever auto, aiming ability that they have at their disposal, they no longer do. And they actually don't score that well. You would think a Navy SEAL would be like the best marksman in the world. However, because they rely so much on their gadgets nowadays, they're not. So how does this have anything to do with the music? Well, because of technology and,
there you go, yeah.
GarageBand and Pro Tools and all of these wonderful recording things that we're able to use and to proliferate our music and get it out there, it also has a lot to do with how the music sounds, what they use to make the music, all of the synth. I think the 80s killed music.
What?
I think the
I will
80s
fucking
killed music.
murder your face just for saying that.
Hold on.
I know, and
Oh
a
I
lot
take
of
some
God, I'm
umbrage
so
to that
offended
comment
right
as
now.
well. But go ahead.
a
Yeah,
lot of
I
people,
seriously
a lot of
am
people,
pissed.
exactly, they do. They get offended, and they say, "Well, why is that?" Because everything at that point started to become synthesized.
You're right.
A
That's
lot
when
of
Rush
things,
started using synthesizers, and
even
okay,
Led
go ahead.
Zeppelin, all of them.
Pink
They
Floyd.
all started. Pink Floyd, all of them. They all started to use the keyboards and the organs and the synthesizers and the Moogs and the this and that and the other, and they forgot how to fucking write music. And it isn't, as somebody who plans on being a music major, it is infuriating when you see such talent dwindled because they refuse to learn how to accurately write music instead of just making sounds with a fucking synthesizer or a push of a button on the digital whatever the fuck they use nowadays to make drums. They literally push buttons to make drum sounds on stage, which is atrocious. But I think that is the root of why our music is going downhill. I mean, you can cop out and even talk about Ben said Beethoven or Baroque or any. Look at what they had to use to make their music. They needed 500 motherfuckers with 500 instruments, all different, and they had to write each fucking note for each one of those instruments. And you're going to tell me that, that's too far back? But that's exactly what I'm talking about, is they're no longer doing that. They're like, oh, this sounds good, and I don't even know how to use this instrument anymore because it does it for me. That's why our music is going downhill.
Hey, no, I feel it. I mean, but I also feel like nobody needs to learn how to sing anymore. With ever since auto tune or whatever, it's just
Or even backtracking, dude.
It's
Nothing's
so
live
it's
anymore.
so it's just so crazy. It's so rampant, the usage, and it's a lot of times it's not even used correctly, or it's used very poorly.
It's almost
Eh,
like wrestling, you're going into a show,
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, 70, 80% of it is real. I'll give them that. But the main meat of it is completely staged and pre-planned, and a lot of people know it going into it, and they still do it, and that's why it's still, chugging on the way it goes. Whether it is wrestling or the pop market, you know what I mean? The radio, the
Yeah.
music and the radio nowadays.
I mean, I know you when you're in the studio, Katy Perry, recording your excellent songs. I mean, we all know you're a true singstress. Um, but I mean, I just feel like the songs are so simple. There's no complexities anymore. It's like I don't know. Like I'm a huge Rush fan, and I will listen to Hemispheres anytime it comes on. La Villa Strangiato comes on. It's a 10-minute song. I'll listen to that shit because I appreciate the effort that goes into writing that shit, and and just the skill that it's required to play. The guitar a certain way, and he's killing it on the bass, and Neil Peart going insane on the drums. That
Mm.
to me is music. I mean, and as far as the '80s music sucking, I take umbrage to that because a lot of
Oh
the
yeah.
bands I like are from the '80s. I love a good glam band power ballad. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I love the Smiths as well. They're from the '80s, and a little bit of Depeche Mode here and there. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I can't hate the '80s too much, but I do agree with you. The synthesizers, yeah, they definitely became more prevalent and stuff, but.
Well,
I don't know if that really ruined it because it still takes some skill to play the keys on that shit. I think.
it's just technology moving forward. You think when people first started doing music, beating on just anything, just making any kind of noise, and then all of a sudden someone invented, the fucking violin or something. You think they said the same thing? Oh, nowadays they all got these violins. They're not beating on sticks anymore.
I just think
And
that it
it is
requires no real
progression,
skill
most
anymore.
definitely. You're still composing the music, regardless
Well,
if it's
right.
pressing a
Yeah.
button or
I agree.
kicking your
It's
feet,
just it's just
However, it's
technology
made it
moving forward, and
simple.
you're just used to
It's
your
It has
it's
made
you
it a
know.
lot simpler.
it's simple. It's
But I mean,
dumbing
that's
down
just like
music.
the old
But
people,
everything
the
that isn't that
elders
what
telling
technology
us,
is to make our
you,
lives simpler.
you youngins have it so much easier nowadays in your day. I didn't have blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's just the same thing.
They say
Everybody's
that like it's a
progressing.
bad thing. They say it
I
like
have
it's a
nothing
bad
against
thing. You know what I
progress,
mean?
bro. Nothing against progress. I'm just talking about the quality of music has really gone down the shitter. I'm at
Yeah.
work listening to something come on, and like these songs, they all sound the fucking same. Take me down like I'm a domino, or do this or do that. Baby, I'm a firework, or and shit like that. I'm like, oh,
Riding
these
on me.
songs are so horrible, dude. They're
But
so
that's my
fucking
point, and
bad.
it's all right. Maybe I just have a passion. Like Nine Inch Nails, one of my favorite bands in the world. Trent Reznor, one of my favorite composers I've ever, one of my biggest idols. They came from the '80s. There are '80s bands that I enjoy. There's an exceptional rule. Maybe that was a bad example. However, my point is because of technology, music has been created with a simple um, um, uh, what's the word? What am I trying to say? Like I just say a simple approach, make it accessible to everyone. And I think, and I mean, and that's why I love jazz. That's why I love some of the more heavy rock and roll, but it's all instrumental because it reminds me of those days back then when it was just music and composition, and it wasn't somebody telling me how to feel, or these over simple lyrics about it being Friday and how awesome that is from a 13-year-old's perspective. Like I don't need that. So I mean, and that's how I look at it. It's just a simplified version of what we're dealing with, and because it's so accessible to everybody, and especially with like the onslaught of the internet, it just becomes again more accessible. So,
Yeah,
so
I mean
Definitely.
that
you're
Friday motherfucker. I mean, talk about ruining shit. I mean, did you hear his new one, the Thanksgiving one? I mean,
no.
that's just as bad too. So that's exploiting though. I mean, I think the parents should be held accountable for that too. They know that ruining that kid's life, that kid's being ridiculed on the internet, which is a cruel fucking place if you don't have thick skin. So
Balls. Gotta have
whatever.
I
balls.
just think we're exposed to a lot more of it these days. And because people, like I said, are just able to create music so easily and record it and put it out there for everyone, you know, that you're now becoming like the amount of exposure that you're getting to the average Joe's music is expanding.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, a lot of them are one-hit wonders, obviously, but I mean, but every now and then you get that one annoying fucking song that really pisses you off, and that's that "Call Me Maybe" song. I still cannot stand that stupid fucking
Oh,
song.
I hate that.
That song is so fucking gay. Oh my god, I hate it so much, man. It plays like at least like 5 times in an hour over here. I mean, granted, I don't really listen to the radio much, but I mean, when it's at work, it's on repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. I'm like, these fucking record companies, I mean, let's have some variety here, some variety or something, and it just pisses me off.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
I suppose. But anyway, I think we lost Frank. We'll hopefully hook it back on. But I guess we're winding down here a little bit. I want to get into a little bit of sports real quick because we got the NFL playoffs and everything happening. Last week I called it, man. I called Baltimore. I called it. They go in there.
Before we start that, I was trying to think in my head the teams that everybody had picked, and in my head, remembering who everybody had picked, I couldn't think of anybody who had a better record than 2-2.
You're right.
I have it all written down right here. Let me double check if anybody had better than 2-2. I know we had people worse than 2-2, but
yeah, me personally, I was 1-3, but I couldn't think of anybody who was better than 2-2.
No, you're right. I mean, that Seattle game would have put me over the top, but they fucking got lucky there at the end with that fucking field goal.
All of us picked Seattle.
All of us picked Seattle, yeah.
All of us picked Green Bay.
Yeah.
All of us picked the Pats, I think, except for Frank. He did Texans.
I did, yeah, just to fucking spike
Oh,
you.
Frank's
Yeah.
back.
Always
What's
back.
up?
Let's see here. I think 3 of us. Justin, what'd you pick for the Baltimore-Denver game?
I picked Denver.
You picked Denver?
The only one I won was the Pats.
Yeah. And then everybody else picked Baltimore. I picked Baltimore. Wilson picked Baltimore. So did Frank. Al picked Denver, and so did Justin.
Yeah, I think the best anybody did was 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go ahead and get these week's picks out of the way here.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead, man.
All right, man. I'll take the Patriots on the AFC, and I will take the Niners in the NFC.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree, man. I think it's Pats again. I think that hurry-up offense is going to, Ray Lewis's last ride ends in New England once again. But I think this time it won't be as close as it was last time. And I think that the Niners are going to run over fucking Atlanta. I don't know if Atlanta has what it takes to take on that team.
Yeah, that team. What about you, Frank?
Again, I'm gonna take Baltimore over the Patriots.
Motherfucker.
Just because.
Just because, he said.
Of course.
Just because.
And then who do you
then,
want? You want Niners or
As far as NFC,
Falcons?
I'm gonna go Falcons because just because they're closer.
Just because.
Close to where I'm at.
Just because.
And
I try to
Al, what
root
about
for
you,
the
man?
closer team.
I'm gonna go New England because my Giants aren't in the Super Bowl.
And you want to watch
Appreciate the
real
support.
talent in the Super Bowl?
Oh, kiss my ass.
And because I am a longtime Niners fan from the Joe Montana, Steve Young days, I'm gonna have to go Niners since this is the first time since then.
There you go.
Excellent,
Yeah,
excellent.
they were in the NFC Championship last year.
Were they
Yeah,
in the
they laid
Super
a
Bowl?
fucking egg.
It's been 18 years
They
since
were
they've
still
had a
there.
Super Bowl appearance.
Thank you. That's
They
my
were
point.
still there. They were still there.
Except for that fumbled kickoff return in overtime.
Let's
But
not
anyways,
talk about that.
I think, of course, I'm going to go with the Pats, but my late uncle was a huge Niners fan, and I love California and San Francisco. Although the game earlier in the year was disappointing, I just don't see anybody right now in the NFC beating the Niners, especially the one team they have left to beat. So I got to pick the Niners.
It's gonna be an interesting Super Bowl, Pats Niners. But Pats winning their fourth, and
Yeah, we have film now.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
I'm calling this shit a month ahead of time, bro. I'm telling you, it is gonna fucking happen. I'm not fucking kidding.
You know what?
We'll come back to this podcast.
I'll be honest with you. I picked the Patriots, but I hope the Ravens win.
Whew.
Listen, man. You talk about pissing people off. You're pissing me off right now.
Dude, but on the topic of sports, have you guys heard about that Manti Te'o story?
Yo, dude,
Yes.
okay, that is some
Yo.
creepy fucking shit. I mean,
He
Right?
got he either got catfished or he's
Yeah.
fucking like
he's in
like
on it.
like
He's in on
He's
it,
in
bro.
on it.
he
That's
is.
what
He's
everybody's
gotta
saying.
be. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
so
That's what I'm saying. He either got catfished or he's blowing smoke up everybody's asses.
okay. Here's why I think he's in on it. That he does. He's built this web of lies. He can't even keep up with it anymore. Like he's given so many dates that like conflict with each other. He just doesn't fucking know. Like I think. I mean, here in Hawaii, of course, they're defending him. Oh, he's innocent. He's been hoaxed.
Of course.
Of course, but no, this guy, I'm sure he was in on it. I mean, it was Heisman time. He wanted more Heisman, the sympathy vote, dude. It is some creepy fucking shit that he used some other chick's
Just
picture.
because I don't know, did he win the Heisman?
He didn't. No,
Because I don't know. I don't
He
follow
didn't.
college football.
I think he
didn't?
probably should have won, even though I don't follow college football.
Everybody was saying that he should have won. They were saying it's an offensive trophy if he didn't win, and he didn't win. He lost to the first ever redshirt freshman to win the Heisman. But I
Who's
think
had
Johnny
padded
Football
stats,
deserved it
but-
just as much.
But yeah, no. I mean, that catfishing thing is fucking creepy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that is.
He did. He either got catfished or he's blowing smoke up
It's
everybody's
so
asses.
fucking weird, dude. I mean,
Either
it's-
way, it doesn't look good.
No, I mean, I think it'll probably drop his draft stock a little bit. I think, but
But I did see a
they're
post
saying
today
it's
from a
not.
friend.
They're saying it's not.
Yeah, I saw a post from a friend, and just something that they brought up about Ray Lewis. You know, that didn't really necessarily drop his draft stock at all.
The murder thing?
Yeah, the murder trial thing, and there's a bunch of other. I forgot the other stories they brought up, but I mean,
well,
I think when it comes down to playing, I don't know. But then again, we don't know the end of the story yet. With
let
him.
me say this though. I think a guy that was viewed as a leader all year long, the fact that he can get conned and suckered like this, if they get, I mean, I think that'll probably
You know what
people,
though?
people,
You know
people
what?
that
You
view him as a
gotta.
leader and are probably going to draft him to be a leader in that locker room. I think that might, affect it a little bit, but that's how I look at it.
You can't discredit it. It could happen. It could, but you can't think the
Happens
guy's
all the
that's-
time, man.
Yeah, it does. They made a damn show out of it.
Yeah, it's on fucking MTV. I watch it.
Yep, me too.
He got
All right.
catfished. He got
Well-
catfished, or he's blowing smoke up everybody's asses. Either way, it doesn't look good.
I want to touch on
and,
something
yeah.
real quick.
Sure.
Since we're on the topic of sports, and this being, Justin might appreciate it, the first week of hockey. Yay.
Yes, sir.
Excited?
Yes, very.
Well, I saw a post on a website that says life should be more like hockey. When someone pisses you off, you just beat the shit out of them.
And spend
sit
5
and
minutes
sit
in the penalty box.
Yep.
True that, son.
So with the onslaught of the first week of hockey, now that we aren't all forced to watch basketball.
No, I
Get
don't
out of
watch
here.
it. I don't watch
Speaking
it
as
anyway.
as I'm watching the Miami Heat and
Yeah.
Los Angeles Lakers game.
Did you watch it, Jess?
Did I watch what?
Hockey.
There's no hockey yet. That
I
was
think
until
didn't
Saturday.
they have some pregame season?
2 more days.
Yeah, they had some
games?
pregame. I know. My best friend went to an Islanders game yesterday. Yesterday.
No, the 19th, man. The 19th they
Preseason,
start.
son.
There is no preseason.
Bro, the
No
Bruins played
preseason.
one preseason game and they were sloppy, people said.
Yeah, the Islanders played yesterday.
There's no preseason. The Flyers don't have any preseason.
Bro, you're supposed to be the hockey
I
expert
love
here, man.
how
There's
he's
no
just, like,
pre- I'm
sitting
telling
quiet.
I swear to God, there
Womp
is no.
womp.
There's no preseason. Most teams have been had like the Flyers tonight.
I
They
forgot,
had-
dude. They started the season in the postseason. That was part of the
Shut
deal.
Shut the fuck up and go back to your Lakers game. There's no preseason. Like the Flyers tonight, they had a practice at the stadium that they play in, and it was televised. It was open to the public, and they practiced. That was about it. But there's no preseason hockey games for any team. Like maybe they had like their minor league team scrimmage against, like maybe they had the Hershey Bears scrimmage against the Boston Bruins or the Washington Capitals or whatever. But there's no
I'm gonna
NHL
look up that
team
article.
playing
I'm gonna
an
post
NHL
on it
team.
because I remember reading that the Boston Herald, which is the
I'm going on NHL.com right now.
go
man.
to
right now.
BostonHerald.com. You'll see they say the Bruins play sloppy. Not that I'll care about the Bruins if they're in the Stanley Cup Finals, but
No, dude, there's nothing on NHL.com.
I'm gonna look it up.
I
and I'll
would have
post
seen it. I would have seen it.
I don't know.
Boston
Nah.
Herald, you're saying I'll go on it right now. We got what, 7 minutes? Keep talking.
Well, go ahead while you research that. Yeah, no, I mean, No, back to that Manti Te'o thing, though, dude. I mean, that could happen to any motherfucker, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Especially with
you,
all the access to Facebook and
yeah,
the social
man.
media, dude. That's the new way of all the online dating commercials we see. That's how you meet a lot of people now, and it's
And
a
that's
picture.
fine. And
It's a picture.
it's legit sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's still fucking creepy as fuck, man. That
Dude,
shit like
when I
that.
read that story today, because I hadn't heard anything about it until because I knew we were doing the podcast, so I wanted to make sure that I knew who was playing football. so,
Good man.
What a
so,
guy.
It worked.
so I saw that story, and as you know, Mr. Wilson, my predicament, it kind of struck a chord.
Do you
So,
think that's why it warranted that comment, maybe?
what comment?
That Bill Burr-esque one.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, all right.
But it's not even just that. I mean, because of just I've said this since my my former marriage is just women are serpents with tits, and my sister will agree. So I mean,
Wait, let me just state right now. Awesome.
but yeah. So as you guys might not know, I've been talking with this girl in Ion, and we'll just put it. And we've been yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous, like straight, like
Oh, you think?
like Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, you think,
and
right?
Think.
well, exactly. You
Oh.
think
Oh, before we all right here.
It's
right
too
here.
good to be
Boston
true.
Herald
Probably is, right?
Boston
that's what
Herald
I'm saying.
by
So-
Stephen Harris. Boston Scrimmage's AHL team, and they flopped. There you go.
Okay, all right. Preseason, but go ahead. Al, sorry.
No preseason. They played their minor league team, fool, and they sucked.
So yeah, so I saw that and I was like, it just kind of made me take a step back, before I just, because like I've told this, like you guys, she's gorgeous. She plays MMOs. She's a huge gamer, like more than me. Like more
Where'd
than
you
me.
meet her?
In a video game.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So
Which
told,
game?
Ion. It's an MMO.
No, I'll have to look that up later.
um, but I, and I've said this to her, and I told Wilson that I've said this, that until you've made the effort to come and see me, I cannot 100% feel that your intentions are pure.
And what was her reaction to that, though?
She understood. She's like,
She's not offended.
Nope.
Interesting.
And she plans on coming up next week, so we'll have that conversation.
Oh, really? Excellent.
There you go. Well, then it'd be official.
Get her on the
If it's
show.
official,
Get her on the
it's
show,
official.
dude.
Well, hopefully she'll be here Wednesday, and maybe
Special
I will.
guest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
special guest.
guest.
Sweet, dude. That'd be freaking awesome. I mean, I hope it works out. I don't wish ill will on anybody, and none of my friends especially. And I hope everything works out for you, Justin, with all that stuff. But I do think, though, man, that, it's going to come a point, like I said, shit or get off the toilet, bro. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it. I think, and with that, we're coming up here on the hour mark. I think you guys, I kind of want to wrap this up a little bit, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming on again.
You know what? Though,
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead. We got time.
I don't want it to get to the point where it's a relationship or nothing.
But that sometimes is how it has to be.
That's how it is, bro.
As much
That is
as
exactly how it is. It's going to eat you up even more seeing her picture on Facebook. Because
Yep.
it's coming from experience. You're seeing her picture on Facebook,
seeing that
her
relationship
picture
status
with
change.
another person, seeing her, with a relationship chat. It's trust me, the one time I did it, we ended up not talking. Then 3 months later, we get back together and start talking, and she's like, "Oh, why'd you delete me off Facebook?" I just couldn't take looking at her, and I'm about to do the same thing again.
I don't know, man. And if it
a
gets
year
to
later.
that point, then it gets to that point. But I really don't.
No
You're
one
not in
wants
school
that.
anymore. I mean, how often do
get
you
to
see
that point.
girls on the regular?
But you go to bars a lot. You should be meeting all
You do
sorts
go
of
to bars
chicks.
a lot. Mingle. Mingle.
Mingle, bro. Seriously.
I get
got
to the
this.
point. I just get to the point where I get invested in one person, and I don't put myself out there. I don't go after anybody.
I'm I know. I feel you.
Sure, I go to a bar and I look at someone and I go, you know what? That's a cute girl.
I'm going to give you a sports
Follow
analogy.
it. beer.
I don't. That doesn't mean I go up and talk to her. That doesn't mean I go up or buy her a beer. If I don't. It takes a lot for me to want to even bother in the first place, and for me to even bother in the first place with this girl means something to me. I mean,
I'm gonna put it in sports terms for you, bro. You're a free agent. Test the fucking market. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
and believe me,
all
honest
your
to
eggs in
God,
one basket.
if something came about, I wouldn't shove it away. Believe me, I wouldn't. But it's just hard. Like I said, I don't put myself out there. I just don't. It's just the way I am. It takes a lot for me to want to even bother in the first place.
Yeah.
So for me to, like I said, even bother in the first place means something to me. So I mean, I don't know. Since her, I haven't found anyone that I've wanted to bother with, and maybe that's just the way it is for
But
now.
also,
now.
maybe you haven't
For now.
actively been looking either because you're so hung up on this chick.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that.
You don't?
I don't. No, I don't.
I do.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had a whole episode on it. That's just me.
Yeah.
We did. But like I just explained to you, it takes a lot for me to want to bother. It takes a lot for me to care. It takes a lot for me to even want to say hello to somebody. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't want to.
Okay, that's fair.
9 times out of 10, I don't care. I'm comfortable with who I am. It doesn't. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Fine. But if I put myself out there, then it just kind of means something. You know what I mean? It just, there can't be nothing there. Even if it's a 0.00001% chance.
So you're
you know what I
saying
mean?
there's a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance? We're straight out of Dumb and Dumber,
Oh man!
motherfuckers.
And with that, I'm gonna wrap it up here. This has
Time to
been
go.
episode 3, Love and Crazy Shit. Peace.
Pay.